One of the most eye-opening things I've ever done is when I sold my own home. You know, it's a lot different being on the seller side of the equation than being on the real estate agent side of the equation. So today, I wanted to share with you 7 things that I learned selling my own home so that you can have the best home sale possible. This is Monday Mornings with Mark. Hi, I'm your host, Mark J. Schmidt of RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, where I help you get the most out of the real estate market and your home. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and make sure you like us on Facebook so you don't miss out. So in 2016, my wife and I decided to sell our home. We had been living in our home for quite a while, and I guess we kind of outgrew it. My wife turned to me one day. This is actually one of my favorite stories about my wife. She did such a great job with this. She turned to me one day. Now, just to give you a little background, we had a very lovely home. Here it is. This home was 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. We had a kitchen, living room, dining room, and no basement. And it was a nice home. I really enjoyed it. Well, I guess my wife got kind of sick of me using our dining room as my office, because one day she turned to me and she said, listen, you know, I think we need to get a bigger house. You need some space where you can have your own office, where you can spread out, you can make calls, and I can shut the door. So, as I like to tell people, that was a really beautiful entry into that until she got to that self-serving part at the end where she just wanted to shut the door on my papers and calls and everything else like that. But in any event, she had a point. You know, we did need a bigger home, and we needed a place where we could, spread out. And actually, it worked out really well with the pandemic hitting and everything. But in any event, what happened was we wind up putting our home on the market, and I actually learned quite a bit from putting our home on the market. You know, I've been selling real estate since 2002, and we put our home on the market in 2016. So I'd been an agent for 14 years, and this was my first time selling my own personal home. And boy, did I learn a lot. So today, I'm going to share with you what I learned. And, I think what you're going to find out is going to help you have an absolutely fantastic home sale. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do when getting ready to sell is you need to have a plan. So get started early. You know, a lot of people say, hey, you know what? I'd like to sell my home. But then when I talk to them, I find out that they really don't have a plan in place yet. And they're really not ready to hit the market. So if you get started early, that means 3 months, 6 months, a year early, it's really going to set you up for success much more than if you are waiting till the last second and say, hey, we got to get our home on the market. So whenever possible, get started early. This is going to enable you to do a few things. First, you're going to be able to get your home ready to sell. One thing I do for my clients is whenever they're interested in thinking about selling, I want to come out, take a look at their home, and tell them what they should and shouldn't do to get ready. In this way, they can go and start taking care of things in their home that they need to take care of, and then they're actually going to be able to sell their home for more money because their home is going to be in better showing condition. At the same time, one of the other things you need to do as part of that getting ready process is if you're going to be buying another home, you need to speak to a lender. You need to reach out, get pre-qualified by a lender so you can make sure that you're going to be able to qualify for the amount of mortgage you're going to need that's going to get you into that next house. So get started early, get a plan. If you need help putting that plan together, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help you do it. Now, number 2 is you must look at your home in the eyes of a buyer. Now, what I mean by that is, we tend to be in our homes and, we kind of go a little blind to things in our home. We see things every day and we know that there are things that need to be fixed or things that need to be tended to, but we don't take care of them. We get busy, life gets in the way, and after a hard day's work, you don't feel like going and fixing your home up. So things kind of fall by the wayside. Eventually, you just forget about them. And what you need to do is kind of take a step back. Start looking at your home in the eyes of a buyer. If you were a buyer coming to look at your home, what would you think? Would you think that this home is a home that's been cared for? Would you like the decoration choices that the owners have made? Is this a home that would get you excited to put in an offer? Or would you look at it and say, gee, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be done here? Take a look at your home in the eyes of a buyer, get in that mindset, and then take care of the things that you think need to be taken care of. Again, if you need some help in that, I can come out to your house and we can talk about what you should and shouldn't do. But a lot of these things you can figure out on your own. You know, if you've got cluttered rooms, if you've got stuff all over your kitchen counters, if you see walls that definitely need to be painted, yeah, you can figure that out. Take care of those things. Look at your home in the eyes of a buyer. Now, number 3 is a fantastic one, and that is fix things up in your home before you decide to sell. One thing that happens is, just like with our previous idea, you know, we have things that happen in our homes and we don't take care of them, or maybe we've always thought that we'd like to do some upgrades in our homes, and then we just never get around to it. But why should you go and fix things up just for the next owner to enjoy them? So let me give you a great example. We knew that we were eventually going to be putting our home on the market, and we had 1.5 baths. Well, in our half bath, I had actually gone in and replaced the vanity. I put a new floor in. We got a new toilet. It was really great. The place looked brand new. In our main bath, our full bath, I knew that we were having some problems. It wasn't horrendous, but it also wasn't great. So what we were able to do was we had someone come in and redo our bathroom, took it down to the studs, and then we got a brand new tub, ceramic tile, new vanity, everything. It was fantastic. Now, the great thing is this. We did it early. We did it like 6 months before we had, been planning to go on the market. So we were able to enjoy it. And it was great being able to get up every day and walk into this brand new full bath, and it felt good. And what was really great was that we got to enjoy it instead of just making it for the next people to enjoy. So if you can, take the time, fix those things up so that you can enjoy them and you're not just doing it for the next person. Number 4, if you don't take care of the little things, buyers will wonder how you took care of the big things. Listen, while buyers are looking at your home, they are noticing everything. And while you may have done a good job of taking care of the big things in your home, maybe you've got new landscaping outside, maybe you've painted all the walls, but if they notice that little things are off and they haven't been taken care of, they'll start to wonder if you really did take care of your home while you were owning it, or if you just started doing things just to get it ready to sell. So for example, I've told this example before in other videos, but it's such a good one. I went to show this house in Old Bridge, and we went out. It was a beautiful house. It was what you might call a McMansion. It was a large home, and it had all the other homes on top of it. Anyway, we're looking throughout the house. We go upstairs, and the master bedroom had these beautiful double doors that led into it. And one of the doors, the hinges had come off. So the homeowner just stuck the door to the door frame with a spider web of duct tape. This did not instill confidence in my clients. When people see that and they say, gee, you couldn't even go out and get a hinge to put a door on properly, they're going to wonder how you maintained your furnace, what your hot water heater looks like, if you need to have your chimney cleaned. There's lots of things that go on behind the scenes that are kind of out of sight of a buyer, and it's going to make them wonder. You don't want buyers wondering. Go ahead, take care of those little things, and then they won't question the big things. Number 5, throw things out. Now, this seems so obvious, but there's a few wonderful perks to throwing things out. Now, first of all, when you throw things out, when you declutter your home is going to look larger and it's going to look cleaner. These are two things that buyers like. They like clean homes and they like large homes. They like knowing that there's a lot of space in the home that they're looking at, even if there isn't. You can make it look large just by decluttering. So the first is it's going to make your home look better, which is going to help you get more money for your home. But the other thing is this. Eventually, you're going to be leaving that home. Once you sell, you're going to be moving, obviously, and you're going to have to move everything. And if you're going to be getting a mover and they see that, gee, we've got to pack up all this junk that you've got, it's going to cost you more to move. So get rid of the stuff now. You know that Marie Kondo, she talks about how, you're supposed to hold an item in your hands, and if it doesn't bring you joy, you should get rid of it. Well, I'm telling you, you don't have to go that far. Just get rid of stuff. Most stuff that you have, I bet, is stuff you can get rid of, and you're not going to need, you're not going to use it again, especially if you haven't looked at it in a few years. So get rid of the stuff now, get more money for your home, and save yourself some cost while you're moving. Number 6 is a super, super important one, and it's to get a new routine. When your home goes on the market, you're going to need a new routine so that you can make sure that your home is always ready to show while you're showing it. What I like to call Sales 101 is this. The easier you make it for someone to buy from you, the more likely they will. So you want to make sure that someone can come show your home at a moment's notice. You might be out, you might not be able to get back home, and you might get a request to show your home. Well, you're going to want to be able to say, yes, you can go show my home, and feel confident that your home is going to look good. So what you need to do is get that new routine. Make sure every day you're getting up, all the beds are made. Make sure that the bathroom is in good shape. There's no toothpaste in the sink or stuff left out on the counter. Make sure that your kitchen sink is empty. Wash bowls, put them in the dishwasher, whatever you have to do. But get into that habit of making sure that everything is taken care of so that when you leave the house, you can have a last-minute showing and not run into any problems. Now, the 7th thing that I learned is the most important. This is actually something that I had known for a long time, but it's something I experienced when selling my own home, and it's this. You must listen to the market. Sometimes when we put our homes on the market, we tend to think that, hey, our home is wonderful. We've done so much to it, and it should definitely be worth more than all the other homes in the neighborhood. But that's not always the case. So you really have to look at the market, see what other homes are selling for, and make sure that your home is priced competitively with them. You don't want to be way above them, because when you price your home way above all the other homes, you're just going to wind up selling those other properties that are currently for sale. But if you price your home aggressively, you have a chance of having tons of showings and getting multiple offers. So when we sold our house, we actually had run into a problem because we priced our home really well right from the start. And within 4 days of putting our home on the market, we had a contract. What happened was the buyer had a personal problem and had to cancel the deal. And here we were going back on the market. Well, for some reason, the market just stopped cooperating. And all of a sudden, our showings kind of slowed up. And, well, long story short, we wound up doing a price reduction. And that price reduction, see, we listened to the market. That price reduction was the shot in the arm that we needed, and we actually wound up getting 5 offers on our house. Getting those 5 offers were awesome because it gave us the opportunity to see who was going to be the best candidate to buy our home. Plus, it gave us the opportunity to choose the buyer who we thought was going to be the best one to get us to the closing table. So, pricing your home well and listening to the market is going to be the key to having a super easy sale. When it's time for you to sell your home, if you follow these 7 tips that I've laid out for you today, you are going to have an absolutely fantastic home sale. Now listen, if you have questions about selling your home or buying a home, there is a fantastic resource. It's my website. You can find me at www.MoveMeMark.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you missed our last episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next time for more Monday Mornings with Mark. You have a great week.